Allison, and welcome to the Wealthy Lala Show. Today, we're going to be talking about Thankful Thursday. And oh man, lately, I tell you, the gratitude has just been growing in my world. And I know I referenced last Thursday that gratitude, being gratitude creates in your life. And I, kind of myself before used to think, yeah, whatever. Okay, that's really nice. But just so you know, my life is really hard. This is kind of going on. I've got this happening. I don't feel good in my body. Whatever. I can't be grateful until those things are fixed. And what I've discovered as I let those other people that would tell me how important gratitude was annoy the heck out of me many times. And then I finally started to go, okay, well, what if I try it? And I've discovered that the more gratitude that I choose, the easier it is to have gratitude, be gratitude, and then it's like it expands. And then what is so cool is the more I'm grateful for what I have, what's going on, even if it's just the little things, I actually almost attract, I do more things to be grateful for, more thoughts of things to be grateful for, and it just gets easier and easier. And I'm so incredibly grateful for that. Yeah, because in the beginning, it's really like building a new muscle. That's what I found for me in my case, is that I was like, oh, this is really silly. Doesn't this seem Pollyanna? And yet when I tapped into the energy of what choosing gratitude created, and that's the thing, is that our world is energy. It is energy. And I know I talked about that on one of the shows earlier this week. But if you break everything down, it's energy, even us. And that it just seems so foreign for when we live in a world that seems so real and solid, that how can anything energetic be even real? But as I've sort of educated myself more on it and then perceived the energy of things, allowing the energy of things to be a reality for me. So whether it's a piece of clothing, or whether it's something I'm going to eat, or whether it's going to be, choosing to go someplace, or the energy of choosing a class, or a book to buy, or a book to read, or a TV show, or a movie, because in the evening I feel like watching a movie. Which one actually is going to create greater, oh my gosh, this is really cool. So anyways, as I perceive the energy of things, I've discovered that actually creates greater when I actually choose the things that are lighter in energy for me. So it's lighter for me. And I know I've kind of shared this before, I might really, really, really like Vietnamese food. That's very light for me. I don't want it every day. And on a day that I want it, it's really good. It lights me up. My body loves it. And someone else might think, gross, I never want to touch the stuff. Rice noodles, blah, right? And yet there's other people that love to have the things that they love to have. And that's what's light for them. And even with exercise or body movement, I've noticed the dance lights me up. If I do stretches, it lights me up. But my husband, he's a runner. He loves to jog. I'm like, I jog like an elephant. My body isn't a fan of it. I don't do it gracefully, And so, what is true for each of us is going to be different for other people. And we're all this beautiful soup mash of all different kinds of things. And so anyways, talking about gratitude, one of the things that's really cute I have to share with you, because I'm a wealthy Lala and I have two beautiful grandsons in this 10 seconds, and soon to be 3 this year. And what is really interesting, well, I don't know grandson or granddaughter, but another grandchild. So we shall see. Anyways, yesterday I got a chance to see our grandsons and play with them for a little bit. And the little one, Asher, he is 5 months old now. And he's actually he's 5 months old now. How's it get any better, that little turkey? And he's just like this little smiling Buddha baby. So he's bald, pretty much bald, other than really, really fine little teeny short quarter of an inch hairs kind of thing that looks like nothing. And he just smiles and he loves to jump in his jolly jumper and squeal out, and he's a heart melter. Well, and what's really fun is both of my grandsons are heart melters. It's so fun to watch who they are, like who's their personality. And that's the thing, is really watching them become themselves and being a part of that adventure. It's like an adventure. Who's Parker and who's Asher? And a different day might be a different being, because we don't always want to eat pizza every day. I love likening this to food, because some of us, like I went through it. I don't know if you guys have a Costco where you are, but they had these bean crisps. So they're made of like lentils and beans, and they were yummy. And a girlfriend brought a bag of them in, I think, April or May. I bought a bag and ate those big bags. I think I did 10 of them. And then the last bag that I had, which was about a month ago, all of a sudden I went, I'm done. I'm done. I may get them again in the future, but right now I have no desire for them. And so whatever need, desire, requirement they fulfilled in this 10 seconds, they have fulfilled it. And so it's just like, we're like that too. We may like a certain, we might like to play outdoor hockey. And then all of a sudden we decide we want to read books. And then maybe we're really into fun movies. And then we decide to go on a drama movie kick or TV show kick or something, that we're not like a one size fits all. And it's what I love watching my grandkids as they're, being themselves and choosing life as they do with what shows up around them and what they create with all of it. It's really fun. It's like an adventure to invite me to that too, So, I mean, look around your life, and is there places where you've maybe got a little stuck or a little rigid or a little old or had a few conclusions or two? Not that I can relate to that. And the inspiration of a child can bring in a new flavor, and that can come for people with their pets. It doesn't even have to be kids. It can be your nieces and nephews. It could be dogs. It could be cats, wherever that wants to come for you. Allowing this new energy and playfulness. So anyways, so sort of back to the whole energy thing is, I'm right now doing about 3 or 4, maybe even 5. So I'm doing these Leonie Dawson workbooks. I'm doing this Dean Graziosi, this Be Better or Something You. Then there's this other one. Like there's about 5 or 6 things right now that I'm doing. I'm just so excited. I've actually lived so much of my life sort of just trying to curtail the pain and the suffering and the discomfort and the unhappiness I was living, that I actually wasn't creating a life other than having more of that. And I feel like I really totally flipped my life now, and I'm into creating a life. And so it was like all of these little, mini classes are kind of, okay, pick me, do me, do me, do me. And one of them is with Dean Graziosi is, what is important to you? Like, what would be my why? And it was really interesting. I was playing with this. I'm totally sidetracking off the energy thing. This is just what I do, folks. Welcome to Lori's world. She is all over the place. She loves it all, and she squirrels. I'm a super squirrel. Is with this why thing, was you keep asking yourself, like, what's important to you about becoming successful? And for me, it was to be happy. Why is it important for you to be happy? So I feel like my life mattered. Why is it important for me to feel like my life mattered? Well, because then it wasn't a waste to be here. And so what I discovered as I kept asking those questions, what my why for me right now is that I create a life beyond the suffering and the hurt and the intensity that was in my past and how I perceived my past, how I experienced it. And so to create a life beyond that. And that's actually really cool, because I have struggled with the why thing, yet I've known that it was important for me. So some people may not need to have a why. I could find in my world that I required to have one to create greater. And so I discovered this yesterday for the first time, and I was really excited because what's interesting is so many people, like some people will say, what's your why? Well, it's to create more consciousness. Well, in my world, I'm like, I don't know what that is. So it doesn't resonate with me. And I can so perceive how other people, it does. And one girlfriend of mine that actually owns her own, it's called Prairie Gardens and Greenhouses. Her name's Tam Anderson. She loves to grow flowers and vegetables and to introduce this kind of like being with the land and growing things from the land to people that live in the city, in urban centers that don't have access to that kind of thing, to sort of see what the earth can contribute to you, through food, vegetables, fruit and stuff. So, that's kind of what I know as part of her why for sure. And that it's like it gives you something to jump off from. It's not to limit, it's to expand from. Because one of my things is not going to be to create music. And I'm not going to do what Tam does. I'm not really a big fan of gardening. I like to cook and prepare with the stuff that comes out of the garden, but I'm not really a fan of the gardening itself. She loves it. She loves getting her hands dirty, getting right in there. Me, I like to keep my hands clean. So, bit of a princess in that way. What can I say? So, anyways, what I discovered is after getting this why for me, is it made me realize that I can actually have a why that's just about me. And that in me creating a life that is just about me, that actually creates and expands the world. And I'm really excited about that because I can perceive where that actually ties into, doing this podcast / radio show and doing coaching sessions and being a grandma, creating a life with that and having fun with it, creating with my kids who are adults and my hubby and myself and all different kinds of things. So anyways, so back to the sort of the energy thing is what I realized is I want to create a life that is energetically alive. And so I'm starting asking myself, what are the kind of things that light me up? Because those are the kind of things that are going to create more aliveness in the cells of my body and create more that way. And believe it or not, like when our body is more alive and vibrantly alive, we actually bring and create and attract more beautiful, vibrantly alive things and things that will create that in our life. So it's like a gifting and receiving with the universe. And I want to have more of that. So I'm looking for more of that, even with regards to eating. What kind of foods are going to create me and my body feeling more alive and vibrantly alive, and just sort of playing and seeing where that takes me. So one day it may be chips, and another day a smoothie, and another day a salad, and another day a steak. So we shall see what this adventure creates. So, back to the gratitude thing. As we're sort of getting near the end of today already, I'm so grateful for my grandsons and the beings that they be and what they're showing me about life and the adventure of life. I'm so incredibly grateful for them. Seeing life through their eyes and being with them creates greater in my life. And I know now too that it's not because of them that I'm experiencing this. I'm actually choosing to experience it because of them. So this gratitude that I'm creating in my world is because I'm choosing it by watching them. And I really hope that makes sense, because I don't ever want to be so attached to them that I can't be happy without them. That I can't be happy without them. I want to be happy, joyful. I want to be enjoying my life, whether they're in it or not, but knowing that they contribute to more of that makes my heart just expand. And on a quick note too, another thing I just have to pop in that I'm so super grateful for is for so long I didn't feel well that I couldn't really do things. This week I've done a few things already. I shoveled snow for 50 minutes the other day and came in and was not exhausted. Number one, I could not shovel snow like that before. Number two, I couldn't handle being outside like that before. Number three, to do it for that length of time. And number four, to come in and not be exhausted was incredibly magical. Oh my God. And then the next day I did a dance video in my living room. And the next day I did another dance video. They were both about a half an hour each. And again, it's been something that's energetically expanding my life, whereas these things before would be so draining on me. And so I love what I've been choosing. I love what I've been creating, and it's just so super exciting. So, and this podcast, this is expanding my life. It creates energy in my world. I feel so fun after, feel like it's so alive and fun and vibrant after I record one. And I'm grateful for you for watching, listening. See, I'm watching me because I'm actually recording this on Zoom. So I'm actually watching myself while I do it. So it's pretty funny. Anyways, you guys ever want to get a hold of me, you can find me on Facebook, Lori Larson. I have the Wealthy Lala with Lori Larson group on Facebook, www.lorilarson.com. Reach out to me. Love to hear from you. Hope you have an amazing, amazing day. And let me know what you find to be grateful for. All right. But don't try it. Don't try for too long because it might make your life too good. Don't do it.